One of the things that I love about the fig tree, I usually carry one around in my briefcase, in my bag, and I love the different visions that it gets. Having been in Spokane for about 18 months, the fig tree is one of the ways that I learn about the community here. It's one of the ways that I learn about my partners in the faith community and the interfaith faith community here in Spokane, as well as the broader community of folks who live out of their consciousness and who seek to make this world a better place, who seek to connect with one another. I also love the resource directory that the fig tree puts together every year. It is such a wealth of information. You know, we're in the days that we're past having the yellow pages right there, and sometimes you just want to do that online search, and yet the information that's there in that resource directory has already weeded out so many of the things, gives you the right numbers that you need to have. I find in my pastoral ministry that when I'm seeking to connect people who are in need here in Eastern Washington, and for my husband, who's also a pastor for his work in Northern Idaho, that we go to that resource guide, and that's one of the things that helps us connect them with those services that they need. Sometimes at the cathedral, that's the thing that we just hand to them so that they can take a look through and figure out, where am I going to be able to find out what I need? So I love that the fig tree is, yes, that monthly magazine, but it's also this year-round resource. There is such a wealth, and I'm so thankful that it's here in the community. So from folks in my congregation and visitors that we have at the cathedral, we always have a stack of fig trees that are out in our welcome center for people to take a look at. And they're also impressed with the depth of the articles. They know that they learn things about their interfaith neighbors here in Spokane by reading different articles in the fig tree. And I think for many of the folks in my congregation, the fig tree is that publication that's alongside the Black Lens. It goes along with faves, and it's a part of those other ways that they're seeking to participate in that network of people who are really seeking to make Spokane a better place. People who likely share those same values, not always think the same, but at least who share those same values and want to learn more about their neighbors, want to support those who are in need, want to support the people that they haven't met yet, and they meet them through the fig tree. And that's some of the benefit that I know folks in my congregation receive by having the fig tree in our community and available to them.
Did you have anything like that?
You know what? There's nothing like the fig tree in Alexandria, Virginia, or in Northern Virginia. This is something that's a great gift in this community. So it's a great gift that this is in Spokane. Yeah. So the cathedral is really excited to be offering this Hope for Creation conference as a gift of exploration of where concerns about care for creation and the changing climate that we live in meet the faith community. And it's one of those other ways of the cathedral being that middle space, being that via media for having conversation. We know that for Christians that there are different perspectives on what it is to care for creation and what our charge is. And yet we firmly believe that we can have those conversations and have them not in a sense of despair that some other folks who are engaged in climate conversation seem to have, but really truly do it out of that sense of hope. There are things that we can do as individuals, and there are things that we can do as communities in order to be better stewards of our earth. So we're really excited for that conference coming up. Well, for the focus on via media, I heard definitely from some of my clergy colleagues in the area. For them, that was a different way of talking about it than they'd heard. For some of my congregants, they saw it and really enjoyed that sense of being in that middle space and holding that middle space. I don't know if we had any visitors who came because they saw that or not. We don't have the fig tree as one of the reasons why they came to the cathedral on a particular day. But whether folks come to the cathedral or another Episcopal church or not, I hope that they know that we hold that space. and that's a space that we hold on behalf of the community and in Spokane. And the cathedral is going to be participating, along with other Episcopal cathedrals across the country, in some voter encouragement efforts. Here it's not exactly get out the vote, because you don't have to go to the polling places, just stick your ballot in the mail. But we'll be participating in some voter registration efforts, as well as with Census 2020 and encouraging folks to do the census. So we've got a crew of folks who see that is also, that even our voting, that's truly a middle space. It's not a blue or a red, it's not a left or a right space. That is definitely in middle space. And for the Episcopal Church, that's one of our pieces of civic engagement. So I'm really excited for that, and for those ways that we can vote faithfully. You know, Spokane, I keep telling people Spokane is purple. And purple's not a bad place to be. It is that space that's between the, we lean blue, we lean red. Sometimes for local issues versus state versus national, folks will lean in different directions. And that's, I think, part of what has us being in that purple space, and in that space that says, those polarizing factors don't have to be here. They don't have to be a part of that conversation.